In this new normal of living in this pandemic, this coronavirus, I find myself vacillating between two poles, uh, anxiety and anger. Uh, so, anxiety. So, I'm anxious about getting sick. I'm anxious about my wife getting sick. Um, we don't have a will, it's just something we've been kicking the can down the road for about 10 years. What, God forbid, would happen if both of us get sick? What happens to our kids? Um, Both of our parents are in their 80s, so I feel anxious about their health and well being. I feel anxious about the health and well being of my family and my friends. I feel anxious about my students and their health and well being, not only with the coronavirus, but not being at school. I think about our seniors who are um, going to graduate without all the fun stuff they get to do to graduate to mark that time as special. I feel anxious for you, and I feel anxious for the world as we live in this time of confusion and death. Anger. Uh, I feel angry at the response of our government to this coronavirus. I feel angry that there are still people out there who are not socially distancing themselves from one another. I feel angry that there were churches open on Sunday and people were filling them as if this virus gives a rip, whether you're Christian or not. I feel angry that I've heard voices, some Catholic, regrettably, who speak about sacrificing the lives of older Americans for the sake of the economy. With all this anger and anxiety, I often feel paralyzed and impotent, and to be quite frank with you, hopeless. I feel like the man in the gospel who says to Jesus, "I believe, Lord, help my unbelief." It's Tuesday of Holy Week, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my anxiety and my anger with me into the Triduum. I'm going to bring my anger and my anxiety to Jesus and to the cross in the hopes that in that loving act it could be transformed into something to bring peace and grace and love into this world. I'm going to bring my anger and my anxiety to Jesus because despite feeling those overwhelmingly sometimes, I still believe. That's what I'm going to do. I invite you to join me. If you're feeling anxiety or anger or frustration or confusion, bring that with you into the Triduum. If you're struggling with addiction and loneliness or loss, bring that with you as well. Right now, it might feel that we are living in a Good Friday kind of world, but let us remember that we are an Easter people, and Alleluia is our song.